everybody, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me. If this is your very first time coming through, well, I'm hoping that by the end of this video you would have found a reason to join this family officially by hitting up that subscribe button. Right here on my channel we speak everything God and growth in each and every aspect of our lives. And talking about growth, today we are going to talk about just accepting a different plan when it comes to our growth. How do we navigate through the changes that God allows in our lives? I am hanging out with Lisa
I'm so shy.
Oh wow, guys, she's lying.
Yeah, guys, I'm so shy. I'm good.
You're so pretty.
Thank you.
Guys, is she cute? By the way, she was confused for a 17-year-old today.
It happens every time. It happens every single time.
I know.
17-year-old.
No, you look young.
Guys, that's 6 years away. like 6 whole years. Aye, guys. No.
That's good, guys. What's a good time I get so I got
You know
good. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for inviting me.
You've been here before, so
Yes.
this is not you.
Kana babies, and I'm gonna be what is it? I was actually telling my sisters, I'm like,
A
I'm going
regular.
back. Okay, I think it's a regular. I
Yes.
forgot the word they used, but whatever. Yes, I'm back.
Yes, she's going to be a regular guest here.
I'm back.
Definitely, we have nice conversations, and of course, she has her own YouTube channel, so you have to follow her. Please check her out. Her tagline is Lisa HN, right?
It changed. Oh, it's Lisa Nkomo now.
Why? I liked it.
I know, but like I had someone say, that one sounds very tricky, you know. Why not just be you? And I was like, okay, no, it makes sense. Let me just be Lisa Nkomo. So I just changed it to Lisa Nkomo.
Really?
So now my channel is Lisa Nkomo, guys. So
Okay.
please subscribe to my channel.
I have to mourn that because I really
She really liked it. I remember
liked
you
Lisa
really
HN,
liked
guys.
it. But
Like
if-
I saw the brand, like I saw shoes, I saw jewelry. I don't know what jewelry, but I saw like so many things being Lisa
Yeah,
HN,
I
like a
get you.
skincare.
maybe one day then when I have those things, then
May-
I'll just say Lisa HN. Then it won't be Lisa Nkomo.
Yeah.
But it had to change to Lisa Nkomo so that it's clear that it's me. It's like my brand.
Mhm.
That's why.
Okay, I get it.
Yes, please subscribe to my channel.
Yes, please do. So today, let's talk about God having His own plans for us.
Yeah, God always has his own
God
plans.
has But let's start here. Did you have plans when you were growing up?
I did. I think I say this a lot.
Mhm.
I said it also on my channel in the last video I had. I'm those people that plan. I'm a planner. I plan my day. Literally, I'm those people. Every night before I sleep, I have to say 6 o'clock, wake up and pray. That's who I am.
Yeah.
So I literally did plan my life. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew where I wanted to be at 21, at 23. I had a strict plan. So the plan was, I finished high school in 2016. So I matriculated in 2016. 2017, I went to varsity. I was studying in the University of Victoria. Studied for 3 years. So the degree is 4 years. So already I'm planning, okay,
Yeah, after 4
17,
years.
18, 19, 20, 2020.
Yeah.
I'm getting my qualification obtained. 2021, I'm graduating, I'm working, I'm buying a car. Already, my plan,
girl.
my life is planned out. And listen, I wasn't even being extra in my plans because my plans make sense.
Yeah.
So I had a bursary. So after you finish your degree, you work for them. So already I knew, if I finish, I'm immediately gonna have a job. So my plans of saying I'm gonna buy a car at this, they were not crazy. They
Yes,
made sense.
they made
And
sense.
in the area where I was going to work, you were going to need a car because it's secluded. So it really, I wasn't being crazy or anything like that. I'm graduating, I'm buying a car.
Yeah.
No, I knew that is how the progression is with the career choice. Yes. So then God, that was my plan. Let's stick to the plan first before we get to what God did. So that was a plan. Graduate, finish, get a car. So this was going to be 2021, working and everything. And then I'd be 22. Then my plan was I'm going to get married at 23. Right, so I'm going to get married at 23. And I was in a relationship in 2019. So that plan also made sense because now here's the potential. I'm going to get married at 23. So everything goes, and then life happens.
So we are here.
We are here.
You are 23.
3.
Seated
Hey.
with me.
20.
Still studying. Don't have a car.
Guys.
Not married.
Coming.
Not engaged.
Not
in a relationship.
Not engaged, not married, not even in a relationship. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy because it hurts.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think I was telling someone the other day, we speak a lot. We speak easily about being happy in your singlehood, being satisfied where you are, but we don't talk about the truth in it. There's frustration sometimes, there's loneliness sometimes, there's anger sometimes you literally wake up and you're like, but God, why did you do this to me? Like, yes, I understand, I'm here now and you have to embrace where you are now, but God, why did you do this to me? Then you start crying like, I could have been here, I could have been doing this. Your mates are doing what you had planned to be doing. Your mates have the cars that you had planned to have. Your mates are getting married, and you're just like, I understand that it's your plans and it's your will, but why?
Yeah.
You know? And I'm really shifting towards such conversations where we really talk about the truth behind it, the it's difficult, it's sad, it's lonely, it's frustrating, because honestly, it does get frustrating. As much as we say, be happy in your singlehood, it's the time to get to know yourself. Yes, it is. But hey, guys, sometimes you just want to come back home and just have someone say, oh, babe, my day was a mess. Now you come back and it's just you. And you have to think about the day that was a mess alone, unpack the day alone, you know. So yeah, sometimes it is quite difficult, but we soldier on.
We're getting there. What diverted the plot? What changed?
What changed?
You got to varsity. What happened?
So I got to varsity 2017, right? And it was hard. I was studying engineering. It was hard. I genuinely felt like it was hard. I had pushed so much to get the marks to get into engineering that I didn't realize how exhausted I was. So I was extremely exhausted. So even just jumping into varsity immediately after that, I think caused I was strained. I was strained, to be honest. So got there, it was hard, studied, but it's hard. If you're a student, if it's hard, it's hard, but we push on, we soldier on. You can't say it's hard and you leave. It is hard, so you just have to go on. So that was my idea in my head. It was, okay, it's hard, but you know what? I'm going to get this degree. Pushed on. So first year, end of first year, I got excluded. I had failed, I think, 4 modules out of 10. So obviously that is grounds to be excluded. So you can appeal. I appealed. My appeal was accepted, and I was back in varsity again for second year. Second year, went through second year, and I wasn't excluded in second year. Passed what I could pass, redid those modules, passed them, and there was only one that I failed again. So I failed it in first year, and then I failed it again in second year. So now, but then because I had passed everything else, I think they were like, again. So I continued for the second year. Nothing happened. Went into third year. I think when I got to my third year, I was comfortable now. I think I had found my groove, and I knew it's okay. Now I'm okay. Now I'm balanced. Now I know what I'm doing. And so I pushed on, and I had told myself, hey, this last module that you have, but from first year, this year, we are passing it. And then literally I put in my all. I worked hard for that module. And then at the end, when we were writing tests, so I took a nap because I was like, hey, this paper that I'm writing, is that one? The dangerous one? I need to be very fresh. So I rested, woke up right before the paper, took my pencil, my stationery, went to write. Got to the exam room, and I don't have a calculator. Now this module was mechanics, so if you know mechanics, there is absolutely no way you're gonna calculate mechanics things in your head. So now I'm there, I don't have a calculator. Put up my hand, I'm like, can I please get a calculator? I don't have a calculator. The invigilator, guys, just straight up said, no, you're supposed to have all your stationery with you, so I'm not even gonna ask. Sometimes they say you can't borrow, you can't do that, but when you find someone nice, they before the paper starts, they just ask quickly who has an extra calculator. I wasn't even given that opportunity. He straight up said, you have to have your own stationery, so I'm not helping you. When I think about it now, I was supposed to be smart. I was supposed to fall sick same time and say, I can't write, me, I'm sick, hey, my stomach. I was supposed to just be dramatic so that I don't write the paper. But in that moment, I just told myself, I think it's because I'm not that person. I'm not someone that runs away from a problem. So because I encountered a situation, in my head, it's survival mode. It's, you know what, we're going to make it work. That's how I think. So I was like, I'm just going to make it work. So I wrote the paper, left. Obviously, I did not write. Obviously, I did not write, but I wrote. Left the exam room, and I think the next day I went to the lecturer and I was like, I wrote, but to be honest, even if you mark the paper, it's going to be very clear that I didn't write because I didn't have a calculator. And he was like, unfortunately, I really can't help you. Go speak to the, I forgot what they called, but the one above him. Went to her, what's you call? No, I'm not helping. And she was like, you were not sick, you're not writing the sick test. And I was like, okay, guys, I cried that day. I still remember that day so clearly. I went to the back. If you're from the University of Pretoria, you know where the library is. Just behind it, there's like nice green grass. I sat there and I cried. I cried because I remember having a conversation with a friend on campus. We were walking on campus this one day. I think it was second year. And I was like, yo, my biggest fear is really like going back home without a degree. Like, imagine spending I literally said, imagine spending 3 years in varsity and then having to go back home without a degree. Auntie, that is exactly what was going to happen to me. So I cried so much. I called my mom. I remember calling my mom and telling her what happened. And she was just like, it's okay, come home for the weekend. So that's what happened. End of the year, I was excluded. And after the exclusion, I appealed, obviously. But then my appeal was denied. They were like, no, Sissy, you cannot continue with the degree because clearly you can't. Clearly, this is not for you.
You're going through a lot.
Sissy, you're going down. Just leave it.
You mad at yourself?
No, I wasn't mad at myself. I was mad at God. Because I'm a strong believer in God. And I'm a strong believer in everything is orchestrated, right? And it's orchestrated by God. So, to me, it wasn't me. It was God. God, why did you let me leave my calculator? God, why did you allow them not to accept my appeal? God, why didn't you do this? I don't want to lie. It was never about Lisa. Why did you forget your calculator? It was only when I got home that I realized, you forgot the
God didn't have nothing to do with this.
My dad doesn't have time for that. My dad straight up said, hey, Sissy, why did you go to the paper without a calculator? You can't blame the lecturer. You can't blame. You left the calculator. And only then I'm just like, so it's my fault. I never took them. I don't want to lie, guys. Even to this day, I do not blame myself for leaving the calculator. I don't want to lie. I don't.
I think it was a way for you to try and move on. Like, not be mad at yourself, because I think if you were mad at yourself, then you'd be like, oh well, I guess I'm forever gonna be making mistakes.
I'm a failure.
I'm a failure.
Yes.
First year this happened, second year this happened, and now third year also.
I think the whole believing thing really works to my favor.
Let me blame God, even though it's not him.
Hey, it's you.
I'm gonna blame me.
Me, I was prepared for the paper. I did my part. When you said leave the calculator, hey, don't count me in. So yeah, that's in essence what happened. So 2020, I moved back home, packed everything, and I was back in my mother's house. And I'm the oldest, by the way, of four. Oldest of four. So I went back home, and now, hey guys, I'm back to being the girl that wakes up and cleans the house. This was 2020, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 2020. In my head, I'm supposed to be in my final year.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the year where I'm concluding my degree. Yet I'm in my mother's house and I'm cooking and I'm cleaning.
Hey.
But what worked for me then was COVID. Shame, I know COVID was bad for everybody, but shame for me, it was like, sure, at least it's Parasat. At least I'm not, because I didn't get a lot of time to be alone, to mourn the situation.
Yeah.
I got the results of my appeal in February, and then March it was lockdown.
Yeah.
So for me, it was only a few weeks where I was like the one left in the house.
Yeah.
So I really didn't get a lot of time to be in it and be depressed. I didn't get a chance to really be depressed because then everybody was now at home.
And where was the relationship? Did it also get excluded?
So this was now 2020, né? So the relationship started in 2019. 2020 got included in February. March is my birthday, 21st birthday, the big 21st.
Yeah.
I'm not even in a good mood, so I'm not even planning to do anything. My friends convinced me otherwise. They're like, no, you're still worthy of being celebrated. Let's have a dinner. Luckily, okay, fine. Let's do the dinner. do the dinner, and the guy is also at the dinner. Kumnandi, yeah, kusase fresh.
Couple goals.
Actually, couple goals. Kumnandi, push. I say push. And then come, I think August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was in August. Then we decided it's not working, and I always say I don't think there's anyone to blame. It was just that thing with Nami. I was going through a lot, right? And I think for a few months he had to carry me because I was like down and out, and maybe he just struggled to carry me. He couldn't carry me any longer because maybe he was also going through his own things. So yeah, we did break up in August. So now school is done. I don't have school.
Relationship is done.
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, at school, you've picked yourself up.
Listen,
how are you doing now?
I'm great. Well, there are days where I don't want people to think, hey, go perfect. It's not perfect.
Where you studying?
But it's not perfect. So now I went back to school. Even going back to school was another situation that wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. So I decided to go back to school in 2021. So end of 2020, I started applying. Obviously, I applied for the same course because I was thinking, I'll just go completed adverts or like UJ or something. Adverts, I was told, because of your record at UP, we can't take you. And I was like, degree A on it. So I go to UJ. I'm like, I don't care about adverts, whatever. Let's do UJ. So I do UJ. I'm accepted. Something in me was just like, let's do it again. Let's just go. First year, we are pushing another 4 years. Apply. I'm accepted and everything. Now with UJ, you have to, like, they accept you, but you have to pay a registration fee to secure your place, or it's a first come first served thing. So on the day when my mom was going to pay the registration fee, she wakes up in the morning, she takes the account details, she goes, email, it's full. Now I can't register for it. My mom literally was calling, so I paid, is everything fine? I'm like, hey Sissy, you paid, but then it was too late. Maybe if we had paid yesterday or last night or something, but it was too late. It's now full. Now I have to mourn not being able to do the degree I wanted to do. And my second choice then was logistics management, and particularly logistics because I was in line, industrial engineering is kind of in line with that. So it was also kind of a passion thing that I wanted to be an engineer. So, and I registered for that, and that's what I'm doing now. Now it's my second year, so I'm completing. Hey, can't wait to finish. So I'm completing my second year now, and yeah, the degree is fine. I'm good. I'm happy with it. So yeah, I did that.
You have accepted where God has placed you at this point.
I think even outside of school, I not just accepted, but I'm in awe. It's like I would have never thought I would be where I am right now, like outside of school, because in 2021 I remember praying. So my relationship with God grew a lot after the whole occurrence of me getting excluded. You know, I started building my relationship more with God. I mean, even before that, I was that person, Sisi wa Maves, but I don't think I had a strong connection with God. So after that, I don't know, I was forced. Am I allowed to say that? I was kind of forced to get closer to Him, because I mean, I had nothing else. He was all I could hold on to. So that's what happened. And then I started my YouTube channel, and my channel was also about faith and stuff. And I remember in 2021, I prayed one day. I remember kneeling down and saying, God, I think I'm ready to serve. I think I'm ready to serve. I'm not lying when I say a week later, went to church and it was nominations, and I was nominated to be the church's secretary.
And she's doing an amazing job.
And I was shocked. I mean, I had prayed, but I was still shocked because I'm like, such a big position. And you were like, Nazo, show me what you can do with this. And I dedicated myself. I made sure I show up. I made sure I do my work diligently, because in as much as it was difficult, because you know, everything that has people inside, it does come to a point where it's hard, because people talk and all of those things, and we make mistakes. I mean, I won't even say I did not make mistakes. I made my fair share of mistakes, and then people started bashing me about those mistakes. But at the end of the day, I had to remember why I started and why I was here. I wasn't there because of people. I wasn't chosen to be the secretary because I wanted to shine. God literally answered a prayer that I had prayed. Yeah. And so for me to just let it go, I would have been disobeying God. And then I went to a youth congress. There was the TOC youth congress. I went there, had fun, and then the pastor was like, don't let anybody take you out of a situation that they didn't even put you in. They did not place me to be the secretary. As much as they think by nominations, by elections, they think they put me there, but God placed me there. So for me to just wake up and say I don't want it anymore is me saying to God, answer phone, touching those up. I don't want to be here anymore. That's true. And literally the following Sabbath, listen, yes, I did what I did. I apologized. My I'm here to do what God wants me to do. Change the leadership, and now they've placed me in youth director, and I'm just like, Mina, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna direct? I'm just God can't do what's going on. I thought we died. I thought because I did, I flopped in Yana. I thought, Manje, you don't want me anyway. Manje, you're putting me on a higher one. And I was like, wow, I would have never, even on my social media, you know, there are people that send me DMs and they're like, Lisa, thank you for the posts that you post, you know. They help me. They pick me up when I'm down. You motivate me. You help me continue. And I'm just like, me. What's going on?
Because it's not about you. You need to get to a point where it's not about you. And when we make mistakes and we forgive ourselves and we move on from those mistakes, it doesn't mean that, hey, we are saying we were right to make those mistakes. Doesn't mean that we did something wrong, but it simply means that I can't dwell on it. I can't be always thinking about that particular mistake and not moving on.
And I can't hold myself hostage because of something that we all make mistakes. Listen, guys, even in this faith journey, you are bound to fall. And when you fall, it shouldn't mean that you should never get back up. And it doesn't, God doesn't erase your name by just making one mistake. I was watching a video. There's a channel on YouTube by Morgan Tracy J. I watch her channel sometimes, and she posted she's all about purity. So she talks about purity, and I'm not sure if it's a sexual purity exactly or whatever, but she talks about purity. And she was an ambassador of purity for such a long time, for years. She's pure, she's keeping herself. And recently she posted a video and she was like, guys, I fell off the racks. And I'm not telling you guys this because it's a good thing. I fell off the racks. But so that you understand, sometimes you are gonna get off the rack. Sometimes, in as much as you tell yourself, I will never ever turn on the Lord, I will never ever do 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you will fall. And just because you fell, it does not mean you're no longer good enough for God's gospel. It does not mean that. I was at a camp meeting and the pastor was preaching about Peter and how Peter denied the Lord 3 times. He had denied the Lord, but when Jesus said to him, Peter, you're gonna deny me 3 times before the croak. What did he croak, really?
The croak. I forgot the name of that chicken.
That one, guys. Before the chicken crows or whatever that saying is.
English, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. Before you cook a kala, you're gonna deny me 3 times. And Peter, in that moment, said, "I would never. I will die where you are going to die." And the pastor said, in that moment. So Ellen G. White interprets it as, in that moment, he wasn't lying. He was being honest.
He was sure.
In his heart of hearts, he was never going to turn on the Lord. But what happened? Literally,
he did
3 times, and then that chicken went on. And he says, that's why you need to give yourself the grace to know even when you fall, when you promised God what you promised God, you were not lying. In your heart of hearts, you really thought, God, I will never ever fall again. Me now, I'm choosing you, and I'm only going to choose you. But sometimes it does happen that you fall off the racks, but it does not mean that you are not a child of God anymore. because even when Jesus rose again, and he sent to Mary, was it Mary Magdalene? Sent her to go call his disciples. He said, go call my disciples, including Peter. He was not saying I'm disregarding Peter because of what he did, because he understood with Peter in his heart of hearts, he really believed he was never going to turn on the Lord, but it happened that he did. But it wasn't because he really wanted to do it. Yeah. So he's still my child. In case you people think he's no longer part of me, including Peter, he must come here.
Yeah, ne? True, very true. Just in brief, as we wrap this up, when are we buying a car? When are we getting married this time?
This time? Let's change of plans. So now what happens? Yeah. I was telling my friend the other day, and I was being honest with her. We were talking about how I'm feeling like, I was in a time where I was feeling a little bit lonely. Like, oh man, I wish I had somebody to talk to and all of that. And I was telling her, I'm like, but I've gotten to a point in my life where I've let go of the plans. I've let, I don't want to be disappointed again. There was someone that said, God does not disappoint us. God only disappoints us in our expectations. So if you don't have an expectation, God will never disappoint you, because everything that will be happening, you will know it's orchestrated by God. But the minute I tell myself, okay, I didn't get married at 23, I'm going to get married at 25. Then 25 comes. And I'm just like, I got you, God. God did not tell you you're going to get married at 25. So we disappoint ourselves with our plans. So now I'm just in a place where I'm just like, let's see. I'll keep praying. I'll keep hearing the Lord. I'll keep listening, because I don't have a plan anymore.
And it's not that when you don't have a plan, according to my understanding of what you're saying, it's not that you
I'm
stop.
not just sailing, guys.
Yes. You stop living life like, okay, I'm gonna wake up in the morning, do this. No, you don't become reckless, but at the same time, you just submit the desires.
Yes, it's just everyday submission. It's no longer at this age I must have this. No, it's now step by step, day by day. I submit. When Tuelisa sends me a text and it's like, please shoot a video with me about this and that, I take it in and I'm like, okay, are we supposed to do this, God? All right, then we do it. Step by step, I'm submitting to whatever comes. I'm not saying I don't want those things anymore, but I'm saying in God's time, it is okay.
Amen.
In God's time, it is
this
okay.
has been so nice.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thank you for having us. Cheers now.
Yes, we're gonna do a toast.
Next thing, guys, one thing about me, I will do weird things.
To God's plans.
To God's plans.
Which are always perfect.
Yeah, which are always perfect.
And prosperous.
And I was actually thinking about it. I went to the camp meeting, and at the camp meeting, I was requested to do something, and I can't say it right now because the church has to say it first. But after that, I was like, God always has bigger plans for you. That thing, guys, we say it a lot, and we are just saying it, but it's true. God always has a bigger picture for your life. So you might think right now, I'm nothing, I'm this, I'm that, but trust me, He knows what He's doing. And after that, I was like,
confirmation.
You, God, you.
Amazing.
You are doing your own things, man.
To God's time.
To God's time. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Please don't. But of course, subscribe to mine first.
Yes, subscribe. Please. Before Ajay, subscribe to Tuelisa's channel, and then pause, go to mine, subscribe, and then come back and finish the video.
Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it from me and Lisa. Oh, now she's Nkomo. I almost said
now she's back to her ID name.
Yo, God bless you.
God bless you,
He loves you, and so do I. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.